Ramble.
You know me, I'm always eating garbage on the internet, but I can't live a lifestyle like that all the time. I am often eating very healthy by getting fresh, pre-measured ingredients and mouthwatering seasonal recipes delivered right to my door with HelloFresh. It's America's #1 meal kit. It lets you skip those trips to the grocery store, which have been lately more and more terrifying, and makes home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. You save time, money, and stress effortlessly because it offers convenient delivery right to your doorstep for easy home cooking with the family. Recipes are easy to follow, quick to make, simple steps and pictures let you know what you're doing. I also really like that it is flexible for my lifestyle. I can keep my fridge stocked by adding extra proteins or sides like garlic bread to my weekly order. It's HelloFresh. You love it. They're committed to giving back. They've donated over 2.5 million meals to charity in 2019, and this year they are stepping up food donations to local communities amid the coronavirus crisis. Recently, I had a smoked house pulled chicken bowl, which is actually very that is how Becky and I like to cook. I love a good bowl of food. But yeah, it's delicious, easy. I love it. It's great. You should love it too. Go to HelloFresh.com/TryPod80 and use code TryPod80 to get a total of $80 off across 5 boxes, including free shipping on your first box. That's HelloFresh.com/TryPod80, code TryPod80 to get a total of $80 off across 5 boxes and free shipping on your first box. HelloFresh. Thank you to HelloFresh, Raycon, Honey, and Best Fiends for sponsoring today's episode. There's so many ants crawling on me today.
There's ants in here.
Okay, I'm in the ant corner, and I'm chill with it. Ants
you have
are
ants
harmless.
over here.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, guys, welcome to the TryPod. Our office is just overrun. So first of all, we haven't been here much in the last couple months. Prior to that, the rats had taken over, but now it's the ants' turn to party. So we have ants all over the kitchen. Apparently, there are ants all over this couch.
I prefer ants to rats any day of the week.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that.
I would be okay if my whole body was covered in ants.
The whole body?
Yeah, for a minute or so. Then I'd want them off. But
I would eat an ant.
One of the neighbors emailed us and said that one of our rat traps caught a big old honker.
Really?
Like a huge boy.
And they yelled at us?
Well, they wanted us to make sure that the exterminator can. All of these problems are fixable if you frequently call exterminators and
if you live
pest control people.
If you live in a house,
you make sure that they come quickly.
I will say that this back studio is probably the only safe space that doesn't look like a wasteland in the entire house.
Yeah,
it looks
bad.
a lot better than the rest of the house.
The bathroom's hilarious right now. It's slowly trying to look more and more like an office bathroom. We finally got toilet seat covers, but they're just sort of stuffed into a basket. And it's when did we get toilet seat covers? I mean, I guess it's good, but no one's here.
Well, remember how cute it was when we first moved in and renovated?
So
we had it was so cute.
Wasn't built to last, my man.
I don't know. It's just as soon as you don't take care of something, apparently it falls to shit.
So connecting ants and the bathroom, have you noticed that the ants in this house are attracted to our pee-pee? There are ants crawling in the toilet.
Yeah.
I haven't noticed that.
There are ants crawling in the toilet, and
Honestly,
I'm like,
the ants is a new thing for me.
it's weird. What is it? Do ants want to? Are they just trying to drink the toilet water because they're thirsty?
It's called
they
summer
got hot.
ants, Zach.
Let me Google it.
Ants.
But what are they doing in the toilet? Are they
'cause
taking a bath, or maybe they just think, my pee-pee tastes good?
They get too hot, and so they
want a
go
bath?
inside for water.
They want a bath?
No, it's true. They need water.
They need water just like us.
Urine may contain large amounts of glucose, which can be attractive to ants.
And glucose.
And sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
Yeah.
did this podcast start?
Yeah. I just killed an ant on my leg without noticing.
I don't know if you're recording or not.
Yeah, we're in. We're in it.
That's part. Okay.
We're 2 minutes in.
Yeah, I did the intro. We just fucking cruised by it,
Summer
baby.
ants are a thing
cold
in
open.
the South, and their ants come in the summer, and they're very often the tiny ants.
Yeah.
They're also called sugar ants. And
Come here, sugar ant.
They are itty bitty ants, and they just love your kitchen in the summer. And there's nothing you can do about it. They're gonna be there whether you like it or not. Tennessee had lots of sugar ants.
So we have someone
specifics.
spray the outside of the house, and it takes care of it.
You can, but they'll still find their way in. They come in through the drains.
Occasionally.
They're smart
through the
too. I
drains?
left ant traps. No go. I left an ant trap because there were ones on my desk. I left an ant trap here and I left one down there. No ants.
No. ants.
Apparently, it is more.
that.
We've
That's
had
good.
a whole big renovation, right? And I was like, "How am I having ants? I have a brand new house." But apparently, you get more ants in new construction because the like little cracks aren't sealed yet, or it hasn't been like sprayed yet. All the ground has been disrupted.
Ants are incredible.
They are.
Yes, they are incredible.
Go off, King.
Tell me about them, Eugene.
Tell me about them ants.
They can move together as one unit. You're talking about toilet water. They can float on top of that, create a body raft
Yeah,
to
they
survive.
So cool. That's
Yeah.
cool.
They're like little zombies,
Keith, I see one
working
crawling on your
together en
leg.
mass.
What is Keith? There must be something on your body.
Earlier, I said I'd be comfortable with that, so I'm sticking to it. They're not going to do anything to me. There's nothing an ant can do to you.
But why are they only? Now I feel left
Unless
out.
it's a fire ant.
But why?
Fire ants fuck you up.
Yeah, fire ants suck.
The ants are only interested in you and not in me. What's wrong with me?
His
I'm
glucose levels.
sweeter than you, bro.
Yeah,
Everyone
is
knows
tasty.
that.
That's
Well,
not
you
fair.
call me king, but this podcast, I'm the queen, Nance.
Oh,
Because we're going to play a little game called Master Debater.
yay! Master debater.
I'm going to present a controversial debate topic.
Ooh.
And by the end, after we argue about it, we're going to decide which is actually factually forever correct.
Oh, so
Wow.
you're going to be the arbiter of this debate.
We'll see. We'll see. I think we're going to feel out by the end if there's a majority role. This is a democracy, after
Okay.
all, and you should, vote with the people.
I'm going to suppress Zach's vote.
Okay, here we go. You know
gonna
what?
put a
I'm just
fake-
kind of
fake
riffing here.
ballot
I didn't
box.
really prepare anything. We're talking about bugs.
Yeah.
People love spiders, right?
Yeah.
People
really.
respect
Do
spiders.
they?
You respect them mentally.
Yes, I appreciate what they do for
But
me.
if there's a fucking spider in your house,
Yeah.
do you kill it or do you let it out?
Ooh.
No,
Can I ask some clarifying questions?
Yes.
How big this spider we talking? Actually, what the fuck am I talking about? I never let a spider out. I definitely just kill it.
You always kill it?
I always kill it.
I
the
don't
only
always.
spiders I let out are daddy long legs, and they aren't spiders.
Although those are like the safest ones to have in the
They're
house.
good because they. I'm saying I don't kill them.
Oh, right.
Because they eat other bugs.
Yeah.
I've caught bugs and released them, but for whatever reason at this moment, I'm struggling to remember what kind of bug I would catch and release. Maybe ones that fly?
I've caught one and released one last night. It was a big ass fucking cricket, and it was on Becky's pillow, and she did not like that. But she
Ew.
understood that crickets are harmless to us, so I caught it and put it outside. However, so if I find a spider, I catch it and let it go. Or I let it stay, because if it's in the house and there's only one of them, he's actually there to keep your house bug free. But if Becky sees a spider,
Right.
I have to kill it.
Now, why do you let the spider free? What is the reason?
Because spiders are not interested in humans, and they eat the other bugs that get in your house. So like he's basically a free insect trap.
But they could bite you.
So rare.
They
You-
get into
you
your
basically-
blankets and bite your little leggies a lot.
I
That's
know,
the thing.
man.
Spiders do?
Yeah,
Spider
you ever wake up
bites
with little
hurt.
bug bites all over your legs? That shit hurts.
This morning at 6 a.m., I hear on the baby monitor, need data.
Okay.
I walk in. Wes had found out how to turn his light on. So I walk in. It's like bright lights of a full light in the room. And he says, Dada, I have big bug bite on leg.
He speaks like a caveman.
He can talk, but
Articles
not,
are tough.
not
What are
fluid.
the last words you learn.
Miles, where are you on spider control?
I like a spider, but if it's a black widow, then I'll kill it.
Well, yeah, if it's one of the lethal spiders, if it's a brown recluse, a black widow, of course kill it.
Yeah,
There's a
they're-
threshold here, right?
Yeah.
Like a big scary motherfucker, you kill. Little one, I'll look the other way. And
I
say,
always
you're
think
cool, dog.
the little ones that are in the ceiling, I kind of sometimes let them kind of play
I like
around.
them.
Dang.
Because my reasoning for that is I feel like if I kill one, his friends are going to be pissed. and they're going to come around.
It is true that spiders smell dead spiders, and they want
No
to go
shit.
clean
No
up
way.
the spider.
No
yeah.
shit.
Yeah, there's some, not all spiders.
I
Some
thought that was
spiders.
a cockroach thing.
That's them too. But some spider species are attracted to the smell of a dead spider.
Fuck.
I'm like almost 1,000% killing him every time. Like
Maybe that's
my
why so many
KD
spiders are
ratio is
coming
so
after you.
good.
They're so
Well,
mad.
There's not that many.
Can I ask you, is it a spider fear? Like, if you see a spider out in the wild, are you like, go away? Or are you, because for me, when I see a spider out in the wild, like building their web, I'm like, oh, you majestic little creature.
Oh yeah,
What
and
the
out
fuck
in the
you
wild,
doing?
I'm like, oh cool, look, Wes, it's a spider web.
Even the
but
scary ones. out in the
Basically,
wild.
any bug in the house, I'll seek and destroy.
Eugene, where are you at with this? I'm dying to know. I think I'm
Eugene-
conflicted.
Eugene probably lets them live or catches them and puts them out.
He catches them and keeps them and makes builds a little city for them.
Yeah, I'm a catch and release type guy. I got some spider webs in the backyard. I watch them very closely. Sometimes I feed them some of the flies we catch.
Sport fishery.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I just really like
Where you feed them
respecting
the flies
their
that you
little
catch?
houses. Yeah, we have to do like fly catchers because of the massive amount of house flies that are like crazy right now in LA. So they get on a sticky pad. So sometimes I just like flick a little dead fly on there just to watch them.
Fun.
Give them a little meal.
That's cool. Watching a spider do its thing.
Oh my god.
That's intense.
Yeah.
I dual wield fly swatters in the house. I'm just like bam, 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 bam.
I did.
Kill.
So as much as I respect spiders, I did just this last week have a spider rappel from the ceiling, and Becky saw it and did not convey with very good English what was happening. She said, "Keith, there's a bug headed towards your lap." So for me, that means I'm looking on the ground, right? Because I was sitting on the ground. But what she should have said is, Keith, there's a spider rappelling from the ceiling headed straight for your head, because that's how it happened.
Keith, spider, ceiling.
Yeah, that would have been better. It literally, as it descended, it brushed against my ear and landed on my shoulder. And of course, in my periphery, when I turned to look at my shoulder, it looks 8 times bigger than it is. And I full-on spider freak, where you get up and start screaming and start wriggling your body and saying, "Somebody help, somebody help." And then I stopped wriggling, assuming I had rid it from my body. And I look, it's still there in the same spot, unbothered. And then I swat it off. It lands on the ground and crawls under the couch, never to be seen again.
Wow. Listen to this. When my sister was growing up, my sister, her whole life, deathly afraid of spiders, as I'm sure many of our viewers are, and are very mad at us for talking about spiders for this long. Spider. So she had this light on her ceiling, kind of like that one. What would you call that material? It's like semi-translucent. Anyway.
Frosted glass.
Yeah, a nice frosted glass, but like a big one on the ceiling of her bedroom. And a spider laid an egg in there. So one night, she is screaming bloody fucking murder, and we all come in, and there are like 1,000 little shadows crawling around. And this is one of the things where I'm like, Stephanie, I get it.
Why you gotta murk them all.
That's true.
It was so scary.
Spider eggs, squash those motherfuckers if they're in your house, because that's no longer a spider is protecting you from a couple bugs. That is a spider is creating a universe of its own.
I still remember it.
All right, so final verdict is Charlotte's Web situation, maybe respect its space.
Yep.
But once it gets near you or touches you or has babies, then all bets are off.
Yeah,
Kill that
and if the
motherfucker.
spider touches you, sorry, you initiated the fight.
You got to have some personal distance with a spider.
Now, you mentioned Black Widow. You grew up in North Carolina.
Yeah.
They got them.
Oh.
You ever encountered one?
Oh yeah. I haven't got. Dude, there's Black Widows in LA.
Yeah, but there's also brown recluses in North Carolina.
They're
There's
fucking
not brown
scary.
recluses here typically.
Brown recluses are nightmare
What are they-
creatures.
what are
If
they?
they bite you, it like rots your flesh. So
in hours.
an hour, it starts to deteriorate. The poison rots your flesh. They are one of the most poisonous spiders
In
ever.
real
If they bite
time.
you in your neck, you like very well may die.
You
need to go to the
will
hospital.
die.
You will die. So
if they bite you in your hand and you don't go to the hospital,
Your hand will fall
by
off.
tomorrow. Your hand will die. And
Yeah.
You will not have a hand.
yeah, it's fucked up.
That's why I just kill them all.
And
I
they
don't
look-
trust myself to tell what the what a brown recluse is or not.
The problem is it looks exactly like a house spider.
Yeah. Listen, identifying poisonous animals and plants, pretty cool to do as a kid.
Very
is
cool.
It
true.
was a fun game.
True.
Copperhead, y'all fuck with that?
We had so many snakes in Texas.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Snakes
time.
everywhere. Rattlesnake. You don't walk dogs when you hear the.
Oh,
Yeah.
terrifying.
Next debate, getting bit by a snake, awesome. We all agree?
So
There's some like rhyme for like the pattern, like red before white, like white before red, and you're gonna be dead or something.
Beer before liquor makes you
Never
sick.
No,
been-
it
yeah.
sounds like that, but I think it's about like the pattern of snakes. I can never remember it, so I'm probably gonna get bit by a snake.
This looks like what spider is that, Keith?
That's the Black Widow has
It
a
looks
big
like the
fucking
Spider-Man.
red hourglass
Yeah,
on its
the
belly.
hourglass.
on its
Wow.
back.
That's
I
And
think they
the
did that
spider-
on purpose.
Did you ever think though as a kid, like, if I let the spider bite me, maybe
all the time.
I'll be super
I
cool.
did not think.
Yeah, when I got my first spider bite, I hoped I would become Spider-Man.
I always hoped for anything bad happened to me. I'm like, but maybe I will get radioactive powers.
So I guess it's a master debater verdict is depends on the spider.
Yeah. Depends on the spider.
Depends on the
Come on,
spider.
brown recluse. Keith.
All right.
It's the head has a little violin on it.
Yeah,
See the
those are-
violin?
those
See
are-
the violin?
Oh.
So it's not that the body's a violin. It has like a violin print on its
whole
head
violin.
and neck. And but it's a very tiny little violin. So it's you have to get pretty close to fucking find out. And then
All right,
be like,
speaking
"That's
of
not
violins, is classical music the best music?
good." Oh.
The best
Fascinating.
music.
Yeah.
Best
That just came in my head.
My gut, I'm gonna say yes.
Surprising.
Because, it's not my favorite music, but music fads change so quickly. And you're telling me that we're still bopping jams from the 1600s? How much music? Like, we're not still jamming out to Gregorian chants over here.
So classical. That's an interesting question because classical music would be like it's literally spans like
So much.
a millennia.
Yeah.
Of like what defines classical music starts in like the Baroque and before that. So like that's old shit. And let me just say, Baroque sucks, but it's technically a classical music. I hate Baroque. It's the worst. It's the one that's like
Very like
it's like
plinky and
it's like it's flutes and it's what
Fucking
is that?
processionals
What is
all
that
up in this
stupid
place.
harpsichord?
harpsichord?
Yeah.
Love it.
I hate the harpsichord. Unless it's used in cool rock, then it's like kind of cool again. But harpsichord with flutes and shit, it's just all soprano sounds mixed together and it's terrible. But then you get into like, obviously, the reason I would say classical music is the best is because it's the hardest to do. You've got to get like 60 people together. You got to everybody has to learn a part. There's 60 parts played at the same time. One guy has to read a book that literally is like 60 lines of music at once and tell everybody what to do. I love listening to music. We all do. I listen to podcasts as well. I listen to all sorts of stuff. And how do I do it? By putting little speakers in my ears. But not just any speakers. I'm talking about the wireless earbuds from Raycon. They are premium wireless earbuds, and they're typically less than half the price of those other guys. Guys, you've seen me wear them. I wore them all the time during the quarantine podcast when I was at home. And Raycon's newest models, the Everyday E25 earbuds, are their best ones yet. They got 6 hours of playtime. It's got great bass. It's got seamless Bluetooth pairing. It's a very nice compact design, and they look dope. I look like a little cyborg. I love it. I feel like a cool like robot king. You know that it's not just me who loves them. The company was co-founded by Ray J and celebrities like Snoop Dogg, Melissa Etheridge, and Brandy. Yes, Brandy are obsessed with their products. Give them a try. They got a 45-day free return policy so you can make sure they're the right pair of wireless earbuds for you. And for a limited time, get 15% off your order at buyraycon.com/tripod. That's buyraycon.com/tripod for a special 15% discount on Raycon wireless earbuds. Make sure to check it out now while the deal's running, baby. Buyraycon.com/tripod.
This is such a funny leading question because if you ask me what's the best genre of music, in a million years I would have never started with classical music. But you're like, is it the best? And I'm like, you know what, Eugene? You know what? Yes, it is.
I also think it's the best, but not necessarily the style of music. I think the concept of a symphony orchestra is kind of like the pinnacle of like executing music, just because it's so many people, it's all the different types of instruments, and you could have a more modern symphony or a more classical symphony, but I think like that, like, you know, like 60 people playing all the instruments on stage at the same time, gotta be the best.
It's cool.
Counterpoint, ska.
Ska sometimes feels like there's 60 people up there.
What about you, Miles?
Is Hans Zimmer considered classical music?
Hell yeah.
Like, because
Technically, it's orchestral.
Modern classical.
Closer to classical than not.
Then yeah, because I feel like
Because the Pirates of the Caribbean theme.
fucking lit, dude.
Dude, that's a good
soundtrack slaps.
argument.
Yeah, but Jack Sparrow's so funny. But I think that, like, yeah, I think so. I also started playing jazz in my house, like freaking soft, smooth, sweet little jazz, and it makes me feel real good.
You do it while taking a bath?
Fuck yeah, sometimes I do, Ned. And sometimes, usually it's just in my living room, and it just makes everything feel like very cinematic and fun and good.
Jazz is dope. We don't give it enough props.
Yeah.
Jazz is dope.
So I'm going to say yeah.
Jazz is good. I want to say my favorite symphony everybody should listen to. You should listen to the Holst's Planets Suite.
Oh,
it's a song for every planet. They're all fucking dope. And when you listen to it, you're like, oh, wait a minute. A lot of movies have stolen some themes here and gotten away from it with it. Like,
I know one of them. I want to say Jupiter.
Yeah, Jupiter is very known. Yeah, it's really great. It's like really impressive. It's basically like listening to a movie score that's not to a movie. Like it's just like it sounds like movie music, and you have definitely heard it in some films here and there. And then a lot of modern composers have stolen themes to make like really cool smaller themes in our movie music.
You know what I think about a
That's a
lot
good one.
is classic rock. It was such a clear definition when we were growing up, but now like is not like at some point is Nirvana now classic rock? 90s music, and then right, and that's weird. Where classic rock stations on the radio, which probably won't continue to be a thing forever, but that like I feel like classic rock needs to end. Classic rock needs to just be from like 1964 to 1978. That's classic rock.
More
We're done.
Subnames the way that we can go back and like now like put all the classical music in their own subgenres. Like Baroque is the only one that comes to mind, but there's like a million.
Nirvana's grunge, but it's all starting to bleed together.
Grunge.
Like the music that we grew up with at some point is going to be considered classic rock, and then I'm going to cry. I think about this way too much, and it really fucks me up.
It seems like classical music, the true bops of all time, coming from these symphonies.
Sorry,
That's the
Katy
verdict.
Perry.
That's the verdict.
And also, hey guys, check it out. A lot of the classical music is by all these like crazy, German or Swedish or other names, but there's some awesome American composers.
Yeah.
Aaron Copland is a great one.
Philip Sousa.
I can't. I'm not a Copeland guy.
You don't like?
No, it's always a fucking prairie and people like staring off into horizon while they're like fucking tilling the fields and shit.
That's where you get the famous meat. It's what's for
not my
dinner song.
thing.
I believe is Copeland.
Okay, Eugene, you asked.
No, that one is good.
That was fucking awesome.
But that's his most
Is
like.
that I think that's Copeland.
Uh,
Let me look it up. I don't want to be an idiot and tell people.
Eugene, you asked this in a
fucking-
very leading way to us, but you are a classical music nut, which is why I
yeah,
assumed
I'm
you
super down with classical. Well, my mom was a pianist, so I was exposed to it very young. But our idea of classical is very limited too. Most of us think of just like the romantic composers, and it's like very much like you got Beethoven, Mozart, Tchaikovsky, and Bach. They're like, okay, that's it. But there's so much. It's such a broad thing. If you include Zimmer, you include like Philip Glass. If you include contemporary composers, then you're
Cardi
like,
B.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like, are we talking just basically music with a symphony, or is it the era of classical that we always associate
Dude,
with?
we got to get Cardi, if you're listening, we got to get Cardi to throw down over some classical music.
That would be fucking
That
awesome.
would be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Oh, there's remixes on YouTube.
Yeah, and they're always great.
Yeah, they're just like, here's Cardi over Canon D. It's just like, you Google remixes like that. They even have Baroque remixes of things.
I think actually I'd be more into a Baroque cover of pop music than a traditional Baroque music.
I'll send you some links.
I would love to. I would love that. That'd be great.
All right, so classical is great, but Baroque is broke.
That's for sure.
Now, back to the house. Y'all believe in taking off your shoes when you go in the house every time?
Oh, it's so tricky.
What? Okay, Miles, you have
Look,
the floor.
Here's my thing.
Oh.
I get it. All right. And I get the shoeless house. I grew up in a shoeless house. I don't have a shoeless house right now. Although we're reconsidering it. We're bringing it to a vote because because it's it has to be a group decision. It can't be
Democratic society.
There can't be a solo chaos agent running in with boots on. Okay. So you have to all do it at the same time. The problem is if I'm outside, I'm inside, I'm doing it. You just don't want to be the person that's like, oh, actually, I'm so sorry. Can you take your shoes off? That's a bad person to be.
Miles, I am that person, and I delight in it. I love the fucking power that it gives me when people come to my house and go, actually, maybe just stop right there. Shoes off, motherfucker.
And you've got carpet.
I've got carpet. That changes the game a little bit.
Huge. I'd say every carpeted house should be a no-shoe household.
So much harder to clean.
It's just
for sure.
It's also just like it's
never
a
coming
carpet
out.
is going to act like a brush for your shoe, and it will literally steal the dirt from your shoe. Whereas a hardwood floor or a laminate floor is much more excusable to be a shoe in-house. I have the most controversial opinion. I fucking love socks and shoes. I want my feet to be in socks and shoes all the time, except for when I'm in the shower, except when I'm in bed. I want to have socks and shoes on all the time.
You're the opposite of those barefoot people.
I'm barefoot right now on the couch. Look at me go.
And you barely wear shoes when you do. You're wearing those.
I'm wearing my Birks.
Your Birks.
Love it.
And Becky also doesn't want to wear shoes, only wears like Birkenstocks now. I'm like, no, I want socks. I
want that hug on
sneakers.
your foot.
I love,
Wow.
and my feet as a result are the softest feet in the world because they're always socks and shoes. They never get feeling the strain of
All
the
right,
real
take them
world.
out. Let's feel them.
They're hot. They're in socks and shoes.
Hot and soft.
They're gonna feel like slightly
Look
warm.
at
but
that.
Look how soft they are. Like the callus parts
Are
are
they
barely calloused.
softer than mine? I don't think
Ugh,
your feet are softer
like
than mine.
this.
I don't know,
I
man.
They're
figure
just
out.
feeling
This is
it.
the second time we've had the feet out on the
Yeah,
pod.
I know.
Okay, you know what? I'm
God.
going to admit something. His feet are softer than
You know
mine.
what will feel funny? Put your feet together.
Yeah, all right.
Oh,
That's
this
a
is
very rare
intimate.
thing.
So intimate.
Here's something crazy. You've got pretty big feet for your height.
Thanks, man.
Like really though. Like,
legend goes.
Ned, you take off your shoes?
You look, man, I would love to be able to take my shoes off, but with a 2.5-year-old running in and out all day, what's the point? I'm going to be sweeping nearly every day anyways, so, I don't make a big deal about it. If I'm planning on going right back out the door, I'll keep my shoes on.
Yeah.
If I forget, who gives a crap? But if I'm home, I'm gonna stay home. Not only do I take my shoes off, I take my pants off and I put on my sweatpants. I call those my home pants, my home attire. I like if I'm done for the day and I'm like in the house, I try and get as cozy as possible.
My dudes, you gotta get some house slippers. You gotta get those little slippies for your house.
No.
You walking around, it's you're living your golden god.
Yeah, a little different for me. I don't do house slippers, but they sound nice. Sure,
They're great.
I
Why
don't
not?
even have pajamas.
No, of course not.
No, and
Me
I
neither.
never have.
Me neither.
When I was a child,
Ugh.
I slept in jeans.
What?
That's
What?
weird.
Wait,
Whoa.
I
I was on your team and I was ready to follow you to Valhalla, but what the fuck, dude?
When I was growing up, whatever clothes I wore, I slept in those clothes.
Weren't you sweaty?
Eventually, yes, I would learn that I would. Then I switched to like, okay, I'll sleep without a shirt on.
Wait, you
And then
slept in denim?
You're
I
never
slept
nude.
in all my clothes just because, like, I was like, what? Who cares? Why would I change my clothes
Comfort.
to sleep? Well, I didn't find them that much more comfortable, and also just the act of changing my clothes. Ugh.
You're too busy playing.
But
I
that's
was
why
too
I
busy
just
fucking watching TV or playing frisbee, or unless I was like especially filthy, then I would not. Then I would like change my clothes, but I would just change my clothes into other clothes, which would inevitably be normal pants and a shirt, and that would be jeans most of the time as a child.
It is funny. I think as a kid, I associated night clothes, like nightgowns and pajamas, as adult stuff. Or
Yeah.
old people
Yeah.
stuff. I thought it was like grandparents had pajamas.
Well, let's throw this next one down. Pajamas, yes or no?
Oh.
Eugene?
Now? No, I mean, I'm an underwear guy. I sleep
yeah.
underwear or like naked or maybe like maybe a
Maybe
shirt.
a cape.
So wait,
Yeah.
you can oscillate between underwear and naked sleeping. Like it ain't no thing.
Yeah.
Really?
Do you ever get?
I can't.
I mean, my problem with sleeping naked because I want to be the type of person who does that, but I find that like I'm rolling over and my dick's right. I just like it's too much. It's too floppy.
I am certain I've talked about this on the podcast. I am incapable of sleeping naked. I wake up. My body feels like exposed and weird, and things are going places they shouldn't. Like I need it to
Yeah.
be controlled.
Usually there's some dong flippage happening.
There's a little bit of
I
flippage.
Dick's
often
on my
only
shoulder.
sleep naked well
What the fuck
drunk.
did you get there?
Then
Yeah.
you just, you're passed out. You wake up at 4 a.m. You're like, shoot, I should drink some water and put some pants on.
I hate the feeling. I hate it.
I love pajamas. Pajamas are the best. I don't sleep in pajamas because I get very hot at night. I usually sleep in boxers and a soft t-shirt. But I love pajamas, sweatpants, cozy clothes. Like it's just like I have a whole drawer dedicated to cozy clothes. And it's called my pajama drawer, but actually there's 6 pairs of sweatpants in there. So it's all, I kind of loop sweatpants in, but like pajamas are the best. They're soft, they're
But
cozy.
you don't sleep in them.
No, they're
so
for like
too hot.
they're for hanging out. You wake up, you want to hang out for a little bit, you put on your cozy pants. You get home, you want to watch TV, you put on your cozy pants.
Now tell me, I'm a wake up, hang out in my underwear for as long as possible kind of guy. I do yoga in my underwear. I don't wear a shirt or pants. Like when my morning routine is like an hour and a half of just underoos time. Will that be forced to change when I have a child?
No. In fact, it accelerates. However, once he gets older, I hang out my underwear for longer.
5
'cause
hours of underwear.
It takes a lot to leave the house. But once he is old enough to want to like go outside and run around, then it's a little tricky. I don't really want to be that guy just like cruising in my front yard with my boxers on. I do it fairly often, but then he wants to go out on the street.
Hi, Mrs. Murphy. Good morning.
Yeah, like, thanks. I have a hedge. But yeah, I've often, if I'm planning on staying inside, I'll just put on my pajama pants. If I'm forced to go outside, I'll put on workout shorts. And then you can leave the option of like, oh, maybe I'll exercise later. Maybe.
Yeah, workout shorts for me are just shorts. Any old short. I could work out in these shorts if I wanted to. I have a belt on, a little workout with a belt.
Oh, if you squat though, do they rip open?
I don't squat.
Miles, you used to go into the sauna and put your denim back on, all right?
Yeah, that was a hard time in my life. Now I don't go to the sauna because the gym's closed. But
sorry.
yeah, I would do full body leg sweat, put my denim back on, get in my car
That's
sopping wet,
disgusting.
and drive
Ew,
home. Yeah,
Miles.
I know.
How do you even get your jeans on?
Same way you get to Carnegie Hall.
I know I think would be a really funny like obstacle course would be something where you start in your underwear and you have to put on fully drenched clothing. Like trying to put on a pair of soaked jeans and a soaked sweater is so difficult. And then you'd have to like run another place and then take them off and put on another sopping wet item. It just, if you've
funny.
ever done it,
Yeah.
it's impossible to put on a pair of soaking wet jeans.
That's what wet t-shirt contests should be.
Yeah, right.
Make it a challenge.
Obstacle course.
Stop getting nude. Put on some clothes.
Gross. Put it on.
Come on.
Masturbator verdict depends on the house for the shoes, but generally I'd say, respect the person who telling you.
It's
You
telling
your
you,
house.
but
yours
don't.
is not a shoes off house.
Matt wants it to be. I'm the rebel, but
Which
I grew up.
shocks me.
I grew up in an Asian household, so
Yeah.
I never.
Oh, so you
I'm never could walk in the house with shoes. It was like I'd get hit if I did that.
Well,
So
you guys-
when I went into college, you better believe I fucking walked right into that dorm with my shoes on.
Shoes on the bed.
And I would sit on the bed with shoes. I was like shoes everywhere.
Uh-huh.
Now though, Matt like enforces the shoes off policy.
The thing is, you guys got a patio, so
Yeah.
you're like, say you have us over, we go inside.
Right, it's hard.
We're going inside, outside, inside, outside.
That's a little
Bitch,
tough.
We can't be taking our shoes
That's
off.
a little tough, yeah. But
Unless
I will
you provide
say,
everyone with house slippers.
with the sleeping situation, everyone's right except for Keith. You probably shouldn't be sleeping in your jeans.
I mean, I
is
don't
crazy.
anymore. It's
It's crazy.
That's
a
up there with Miles'
child-
sauna jeans.
As a child, I just did whatever was the laziest option.
I
and
can't think of a worse experience than sleeping in denim.
I was asleep. I was
I
asleep.
can't think
I
of
don't
anything
experience
worse.
the night.
Oh,
I'm
here's a
sleeping.
good topic: is like morning versus evening showers. Because Ariel dragged me for this on "You Can Sit with Us." Do not go listen to it.
Okay, what did she say?
Well, she dragged me for sometimes taking 2 showers a day.
Three.
Oh, that's
Three.
not what it was,
No,
man. It
it's
was like
three.
3 or 4 a
That's
day.
okay.
But did
that
you
was
work out?
her.
Did you
that
work
was
out?
her like exaggeration because she exaggerates.
Were you sweaty? Is that why?
Drag her, Ned.
Liar.
If you're
Go
sweaty,
off,
though,
Ned.
if you're really fucking sweaty and dirty, then a shower
have
is
to.
warranted. Yeah.
It's one for working out, one because you're taking a bath with Wes, and one because maybe you had a little sexy time and you need to like have a shower after.
I understand.
goodness.
Yeah, that
I
makes sense.
understand all of these reasons. I am as a hot person who sweats from sitting and doing a podcast. Sometimes I will take a shower at night because I was especially sweaty that night, and then like in the morning I'm like I'm gonna just take another shower.
But
I know
Ned's-
I showered last night. I know
Ned's
he's-
initial question is morning or night as your
Well,
prime shower.
Yeah. What's your prime shower?
That's part of it, and then also
Morning.
how many showers is it
And then also, can I
acceptable
take 5 a
with?
day?
Yours is
Can I
morning.
take 5? That's cool.
Yeah,
Give your
but
vote. Morning.
Morning is top shower, and here's why. Just real quick, is the morning is like the last chance before I see people to get myself clean,
Okay, so
and
you're
I'm
morning.
gonna sweat at night because I get hot.
Zach, what are you?
I am firm morning. I rely on it to wake me up, also to like look even remotely presentable. But I think it triggers something in my brain. Maggie is a night showerer and has strong arguments against mine, so I know the debate.
I am a night shower. I'm an
Okay.
evening shower because I don't want to go into my bed dirty.
That's her thing.
Yeah, because then your sheets get dirty.
Right, but okay, but then my counter to that is like you sweat when you sleep. You're laying in like
Most people don't sweat like crazy when they sleep.
but
I do
sweat comes out of
sometimes.
your body. Like you are laying in a thing, you're going to get filthy, and when you wake up, you've been like laying in one position with stuff. Yeah, you are grosser when you wake up than when you went to
You
sleep.
should do
Yeah,
both.
but why would you get even more gross? Like,
Yeah. 'Cause
I'm
some
gonna
days
clean it
I'm
And
in the
like,
also,
morning.
a lot of
I'm
people
already getting swamp ass here, just sitting for an hour talking to you.
Yeah. And I think especially
You're
if you're-
dropping
get
mental
going to
images
sleep
I
with
do not want.
We're all just consumers of the great World Wide Web, aren't we? And we all get to that checkout. We're almost there, and we see a place for a coupon code, and we're like, dang it, I gotta go find a coupon. But you can't. And then you're like, I give up. I'll just buy it without. Stop living that lie. Stop it. You know the answer. Get Honey. It is a free plugin that saves you money. It's a free browser extension that scours the internet for promo codes and automatically applies the best one available at checkout. It's basically your best friend for online shopping. Here's how it works. So easy, guys. Get ready. You don't even have to write it down. You're going to remember. You get Honey on your computer for free in 2 easy clicks by going to joinhoney.com/tryguys. Then, when you're checking out on one of its over 30,000 supported sites, Honey will pop up, and all you have to do is click apply coupon. It's going to search the internet. It's going to find the best one. It's going to put it straight in your cart. You're going to save money. How great is that? It literally does what you used to do pathetically for you incredibly. I'm always ordering food. And I get those discounts, baby. I get 10% off here. I get a free delivery there. It's great. It has found its over 17 million members, over $2 billion in savings. It supports all kinds of retailers, from tech and gaming sites to fashion brands, even food delivery, like I spoke of. And it's simple. If you have a computer, Honey should be on it. It's free. It works with whatever browser you use. And you can get Honey for free today on joinhoney.com/tryguys. That's joinhoney.com/tryguys.
Like, so I work out in the evening a lot too. And
Okay.
if you play sports or do stuff like that, like a lot
Don't.
of that happens towards the end of the day. So it just makes sense that you're like, you wake up, you do go about your day, and then when you go to sleep, you're just cleaning off all the shit all the exercise you did during the
Dude,
day.
I would say my best type of day would be like you work out like first thing in the morning, then you take a shower, right? So you get to have
That's
start your day
nice.
with a shower,
Yeah.
and you've gotten some exercise in, and you're cleaning off the sweat, and then like shower in the evening's great too. Man.
Have lunch, little afternoon shower. Make dinner. While dinner's cooling, quick shower.
Yeah, quick.
I often have a bath with Wes. That's like we just like play in the bath or whatever. So that counts.
Are you evening or morning then?
He's
In
all,
general,
he's all of that.
I would love
Eris
to
is
do 2
everything.
showers a day. It's just like socially not
2
very
showers
respected.
minimum.
I think if I had to characterize myself, it's tough because if I'm sweaty, got all sweaty during the day, I have to shower before bed. But my preferred way to wake up would be like, bam, shower, like let's get going.
But y'all showered yesterday night, right?
Yes.
So
'cause
yesterday
we're
we had
outside
a
all
very
day.
sweaty day filming a video.
Yeah.
Yes, I had to shower, but then I woke up, took another shower, start my day off
This
right.
morning, I did not shower.
I also
which
did
I
not this morning.
feel fine about, but I
Ned, I didn't want to say anything. It shows.
Miles,
My hair's a mess.
what are you?
You can catch me at the tub.
Okay, don't bring up the bath. We're not talking about
Jesus
baths
Christ.
this podcast. We talk about baths every podcast.
I'll reiterate. I shower rarely these days.
So when do you go in the bath
Just
then?
a
Is it
single
morning
Oh,
or
Or
your
evening?
bath is your cleaning time.
I
Yeah.
go into the bath usually at like 10 p.m. 9
Okay,
p.m.
so
or
you're
10 p.m.
evening
Pretty
washing.
late, to be honest.
Evening washing boy.
Wait, you scrub your body in the bath?
Like I've said before.
Yeah,
I don't know.
he's-
He's scrub queen.
He's actually said before that he takes baths without soap sometimes.
Sometimes I'm looking for the heat. I'm not looking for
That's
the
what I
spice.
do. To me, a bath is a luxury experience.
It's a water sauna.
It's for your body, for your muscles. It
also
ain't for
think-
the cleaning.
We're also forgetting, like, when
talk
you're an
about baths too
adult
much.
or in a relationship, when you have sex, typically also determines, because you gotta like wash up after sex. Sex is not a clean experience most of the time.
Do you guys wash your full body after sex?
Well, how else are you going to get all that honey off?
I mean, you gotta wash. you gotta wash every. You gotta at least wash
What a terrible experience.
the main areas.
Yeah, I get that, but can't you just kind of like slap it around with some water?
I mean, you could do that type of bath, which is like a very quick, just balls and
Butts and
bits,
nuts.
a little,
butts and bits.
a little sink shower.
But yeah, I'd say that I typically do it more in the evening.
Sure.
So it just makes more sense to, you get a workout, you get a really fucking
I get
good
that.
workout and then you get another workout in. And
This
then
is why
take the
I feel
shower.
like I was being dragged for 3 showers. It's totally when you put the sex angle in, which she did not discuss, and you get the workout angle in, and obviously having a bath with Wes is totally cool. So like that's like 3 like easily explainable.
You know what?
Easily.
The only thing-
it's not weird at all from that perspective.
This is the one thing I don't ordain because I think it's your choice. But people who go in showers just to like stand there for hours. Like people are like, I just took a 10-minute shower. I'm like, what are you doing? You're wasting water
hate
and
long
you're
showers.
standing in a hot shower.
Yeah.
And people do that because they're like, that's how I relax.
The
And I'm
guilt
like,
on Ned's face right now.
I mean, a little different for me, Dan.
more than 10 minutes?
I don't know about more than 10 minutes, but like at least one of those 3 showers is going to have some meditative qualities. to
Are you
it.
in the shower for 50 minutes a day? How much time is spent?
I'm saying I'm not. It's like some of them are washed up, but sometimes you're just letting the water wash over you, and you're thinking about stuff. That's how you get some like creative ideas happening. You see the connections. You're kind of meditating. Look, I don't do yoga. I don't take a bath.
shower.
Except with my son. Like a shower is a very meditative moment.
I agree with that.
And if you're mischaracterizing it, Ariel, by saying he's in there for 20 minutes, it's not true. It might be on occasion, but I think 10 minutes is totally reasonable.
Yeah.
If I'm just in there to wash and then get out, that's a waste of time. That's like, oh, I'm just want to drink Soylent for my meals. Like sometimes you gotta enjoy your moment.
Okay, here's one thing I will say about showers is I used to really hate showers because I had a bad shower. Like it was small, it was cramped. I have moved recently and I have an amazing shower and it's just
Game
totally
changer.
changed the game. Like I love taking a shower because
In there.
I don't have to both step over and duck my head at the same time, which is
Warm
what
it
I
up
used to have to do as a giant. I don't have to lean over to get my head to reach under the spigot because I'm so giant. And also it's more spacious. I don't have to I feel like when I used to shower in like a bathtub shower, I was crumpled up the whole time. The
Yeah.
whole experience, I'm a crumpled version of myself. And now I'm finally free. I'm free. I can stand. I can walk around. I could take a step
That's good.
to the
All
left,
right.
to the right, to the front, to the back.
Master debater verdict. Everyone's opinions are valid except for Miles's weird bath shit.
Go off, King.
You don't even clean yourself in the
Drag
bath.
me, bitch.
Miles, are you one of those people that unplugs the drain and sits in it while it empties?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm fucking sitting in the drain watching The Walking Dead season 9. Getting close to the end. The water gets out and I'm in the tub fully just in an empty wet tub like a rat for like an additional 10 minutes.
Oh my God.
I hate how much I share with Miles because hearing him, he's fucking clearly crazy, but I do the same thing. It's a joy. And then, but then you got to fill up some cold water because when you're soaking in that tub for 20, 30 minutes, your body temperature rises to an alarming
You get a
level
fever.
and
Yeah,
you
that's
are
true.
very hot.
Talk about sweating in the bed.
Yeah, so
Okay.
you gotta cool yourself
I'm
down.
gonna
You're
segue.
not using as much water as me.
I'm segueing us out of this because we talk too much about bads.
One more.
Here's a
They
good,
don't wash
here's a
their
good-
legs in the shower.
Here's a
I
good
wash my
question.
legs in the
Here's a
shower.
great
Someone
question.
does.
I do now
Sometimes.
because you guys shamed me into wasting more soap.
Here's a great question.
wasting soap.
Yeah, my legs, how dirty could they get? Just because they're covered
you
in ants
sleep
the whole
in
podcast.
denim.
I don't anymore. I was a child.
What is better?
Your
What
work
is
calls
better?
while you're in the bath. That's
What
your
is
me
better?
time. That's your
what's
relaxation.
that?
What is? I'm taking us out of baths, guys. We spent 12 podcasts talking about baths.
Welcome to the bath.
What is better, being smaller or being taller?
Oh, it's a totally different topic. Well, it'll take me a second to get out of bath zone.
Small v tall.
Small v
Small
tall.
v
versus
tall.
tall.
What?
This is tough because we're all
You
tall
only have
people.
one experience. I guess I've had the short experience in my life, and now I don't anymore. But you've never had the tall experience, right, Zach?
Well, I'm taller than I was.
That's true.
I'm taller than people. Here's the deal: when you're tall, you got back problems. You're looking down on people all your life. You got that little hunch. Also, you hit your head on stuff all the time. That sucks.
true.
When you're small, you're great at hide and seek. You can shop in every clothing department. You can wear the fun shirts that you wore as a kid to sleep that were too big. Now they fit you because you're just a regular size. You know what? I'm not small. I'm regular size. Thank you. And it
doesn't have to be from you. It could be just for
I can crawl into
people.
burrows and hide.
I think it is mostly advantageous to not be tall in society. However, I think people envy the tall experience a lot.
Counterpoint, for every inch higher you are, you make on average $700 more a year.
Which is
Wow.
crazy to me.
Yeah, tall
that's-
people are more successful in life. It's better to be tall.
Yeah, but like
But
airplane
statistically,
seats.
they're more likely to die.
yeah,
Yes.
tall people die early.
But less likely to become astronauts.
Huh.
I'm split on the matter.
It's almost like, what do you personally value? Do you want people to envy you and your hotness and your $700 more, or do you want to fit into places that the
Or
average
go to
person
space,
can fit?
motherfucker.
That's
Yeah.
right.
I like the tall experience. It's my only option, first of all. But I do. I love when someone asks me to get something from a tall shelf in a grocery store.
Yeah.
I'm a hero in that moment.
And the gams. I
And
mean,
the
legs for days.
Legs for days, which is great. It does make pants shopping a little tough in your formative years because you have goofy waist and length ratio, and even now it's sort of difficult to find.
You, Keith, I believe we talked at length last week, had a hernia from being tall.
It's true.
Being
Yes.
tall broke your butt.
I agree. That's why I said I think generally it's better to be small because it's more average, and I think average is good in a lot of scenarios. Like,
And your circulation works better.
and also when you Zach visit a colonial house, guess what? You don't have to duck. I go to historical houses. Everyone used to only be 5 feet tall. Apparently, about 100 years ago or 300
We
years
were
ago,
much shorter.
people were
Yeah.
itty bitty people, and they didn't have to go through doors. And I go to those places. I can't stand up straight. The ceiling's not tall enough.
Miles, you're a big boy.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
I think that it's better to be tall because people think that tallness equals hotness. But if you've seen some of the tall guys, they're freaks.
Yeah.
Like I think it's better to be tall because people are always like, "Hey, do you play basketball?" And I'm like, "No."
And what about that disappointment, Miles?
Yeah.
That must sting. You
That
know what people
stings.
expect from me? Nothing. They look at me and go,
Yeah.
"You're probably like not great at most things." I'm like, "You're right, but maybe I'll surprise you."
Yeah, and I think a lot of like people of the opposite sex are like, I just want somebody who's tall. That's like a really key criteria.
Yeah.
or so I've heard.
Yeah, and it's tough for we're bringing up women. Like a lot of women don't want to necessarily be taller than all the men in terms of like traditional social constructs
Yeah.
because it's very hard for a woman over 5'9", 5'10" to be like, well, fuck, like none of the guys want to date me if they're shorter than me.
Are you and Ariel about the same height?
Mm-hmm.
What does she?
She's like an inch shorter than me.
Okay. Does she have the thing where Maggie's often will not want to wear heels at a certain height because she doesn't want to look taller in photos?
No, it makes her feel like a supermodel.
But that is a legitimate thing.
Yeah, Ariel's sister, who was I think like 6 foot or 6'1", maybe, she like set her dating app selector to be like find men that are only taller than me.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's a thing.
I have heard women who are tall being mad at short women dating tall men because they're taking away the man who's taller than them. Like they're like, just go a couple inches taller. You when a short girl dates someone who's like over a foot taller, like that's not fair. Like you don't need that much more height than you. I've got no selection
and
left.
that's because there's a lot of couples like that.
There's a
like
lot of
my
couples like
older
that.
sister, she's 5'2", and her husband is 6'4".
Yeah, that's a big.
So
Whoa.
they get looks from some people
Wow.
being like, damn, there's so much gap between that.
Becky
That
and I
must
have a pretty
hurt.
big gap,
How do
but
they
not that big.
kiss? How do they? You got to lean all
It's
the
like
way
being in a colonial house all the time.
It's tough, man.
I feel like that's just asking for back problems.
You don't stand up and make out.
He gets on a step
Yeah, I mean,
stool.
what's the height
You sit
difference
down.
between you and Becky? She's like short-ish.
Yeah, she's I think 7 or 8 inches shorter than me.
That's not
Like a lot.
that's not crazy though.
That's not crazy,
Yeah.
but it's
significant.
sizable.
That's pretty crazy
It's
compared
sizable.
to my
Yeah.
relationship.
How about you, Miles?
Yeah, Sarah's shorter than me, but
I know that.
It's not a ton. I do think that she likes to get on her tippy toes and give me a little kiss.
Yeah, it's cute.
That she thinks that's cute.
That's like fun.
That's fun for her, I think.
Right.
And I think that I do have I'm fucking huge, obviously, like Keith, but I slouch. I'm fucking huge. I slouch a lot, and so I have bad posture because I want to be at eye level with people when I'm talking to them.
Yeah.
And it makes my back bad, but I'm on the same level.
Same, yeah. There's nothing. That's the biggest thing. There's no world that's built up here, right? Like when I go to gas station bathrooms, my face is above the mirror.
Yeah.
I can't see myself. I'm bigger. Like there's things that are like, there's nothing up here. Why would I live my life up here? The whole world's down here.
Of a gas station mirror.
Yeah, typically the gas station mirrors, if they even have mirrors. A lot of gas stations don't have mirrors. I guess people break them and kill people. I don't know.
They do. They're just hidden underneath the sink where you'll never find them.
I would never find that.
That's for us.
Pee on your legs too. Because you're pissing in the toilet, it's like pissing off a building.
Oh, yeah.
There's splashback.
Yeah.
That's what you're not considering, that being tall, you're going to get pee on your legs.
Yeah.
Stronger splashback.
Yeah, stronger splashback.
And you can see everybody's dicks.
Yeah.
You don't want to.
Well,
But
you
if
do,
you're,
though.
I mean, if you're too short, you gotta pee upwards over the urinal.
That's a hilarious image. It's 1:00 in the morning. You're cozied up in your little bed, your extra long twin bed. Covers are pulled over your head to trap your phone's lights so that your partner, who's also sleeping in your extra long twin bed because maybe you're in college, but you're still married anyway, and they can snooze away. Should you be asleep too? Maybe. But the other part says just a few more minutes. You know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about Best Fiends, the greatest game that's ever existed on your phone. It's a puzzle game. You love it. I love it. You've heard me talk about it. I legitimately love it. It's great. It's free to download. And truly, it is hard sometimes to put the game down. Like I typically was, using it for travel, but now I'm using it at my house because I don't go anywhere. And sometimes Becky will start being like, what are we having for dinner? And I'm like, And I'm just lost. I'm lost in the puzzles, baby. I got critters to collect, okay? I'm lost in it. Guys, Best Fiends is the can't put it down mobile puzzle game that's free to download. It's got over 100 million downloads, so you're not doing this all alone, guys. You got backup. It's a 5-star rated mobile puzzle game, and it's a must play. They got more levels, events, and challenges at it all the time, so you can play away. And there's always like one more level. You can always do, let's just do one more level. Seriously, once you download Best Fiends, boredom won't stand a chance. You can finally eliminate boredom from your beautiful life. Download Best Fiends free today on the Apple App Store or Google Play. It's free, and that's best friends without the R. Best Fiends. 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 Best Fiends. Being up into
No, but that's why they have the one child urinal.
You gotta arc it.
When I or Miles have to use the child urinal, it's crazy
It's
because
funny.
my dick is fully above the top of the urinal, like way above, like a foot above the top of the urinal. And it's like, this is crazy. If I peed full force, I could just pee straight on the wall. Not even on the handle, the wall.
We'll often all go to the bathroom together, and when I'm conscious, I will take the child's urinal so that Keith can have the full grown. But normally I don't think, and I just, I walk in first, I take the one that is for me as an adult, and I look over and I see poor Keith at the kids one, and I just kind of go like,
Yeah, it's like, well, okay. I mean, I can pee in it. It's fine. My pee will go in there. That's fine. But it's so far.
I get a little twisted pleasure in watching you suffer through that.
Yeah, that's funny. I can see your dick though.
So the verdict is grass is greener, huh? Grass is greener. But tall people can see
Zach's
other
dick.
people's Zach's dick.
Zach's dick.
Everybody can see Zach's dick from a mile away.
You can miss it.
We can't have a master debater without the classic question.
Oh?
Cats v dogs.
Oh, okay.
And we have to revisit this. We've discussed this many times, but we have a former cat boy who now has a dog. We have someone who seemed generally neutral, but now has a cat because you also used to have
I
dogs.
definitely have more opinions.
We have a
now.
boy over here who used to be afraid of dogs and has a dog.
That's true.
I don't know Miles' situation, but I'd be curious to hear.
I'm
love a
trying
dog.
to get a dog. I'm looking for a dog. Sarah
Get a
and I
cat.
want a dog. Yeah. Cats.
cat.
Here's the thing about cats is they're doing their own thing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking for a big ass dog. I want a fucking big behemoth dude.
like a German, like a Saint Bernard.
Fight
yeah,
YBs.
something like
yeah.
that. I wanted to.
YB's dog
Horrible.
is perfect dog.
Yes.
It's a gorgeous dog.
I would take that dog. Only that one. Because Louis, is the most wonderfully behaved, giant, beautiful dog. It's
Big ol' husky.
a miracle dog.
Beautiful dog.
Beautiful dog.
So
we
what's
all
your-
want YB's dog.
What's your stance, Zach? You have an interesting perspective.
Well, I have a far more nuanced perspective than I used to, and for that reason, I think I'm going to take the back seat for a minute
Whoa.
and let the discussion.
So you think your views are superior? You're just gonna
Yeah.
wait to like lay it all down. I think that. So you guys have let me know about something that I think is very true. It's similar to the oat milk thing, where when you're like allergic to something, you like it less. Like I don't really like cats that much. And Zach was like, "Oh, that's just because you're allergic." And I'm like, "No." And then I'm like, "I think it is true."
It's one of my grand unifying theories of life is that like 75% plus of people who hate cats are just allergic to cats.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So like I
makes
think
sense.
you'd love whole milk if you could tolerate it.
100%. Obviously.
Whole milk is like drinking unsweetened whipped cream.
Oh,
It's
so
incredible.
good. Anyways, that's not the topic. But yeah, I prefer dogs to cats, but I think it's just because I'm unfortunately allergic to cats.
What do you like about dogs?
I like that you can play with them. I like that, they like seem to be friendlier. And I guess like in my head, I'm like, well, I guess you can play with cats too. But like, playing fetch, like running around, the energy, like I just love, doing that with dogs. But like Bean barks a lot and it's annoying as hell when the baby's
That's
napping.
Definitely, I think cats are easier.
100%.
So that is to me a plus because the cats are easier. Now, but cats have a way wide-ranging personality spectrum. And if you have a good cat's better than any other pet you could ever have. If you have a bad cat, it's a piece of fucking shit and it's awful and you don't want that.
A demon.
I have an amazing cat. He actually has a lot of dog attributes where like we were on our trip and came home. He like wanted to hang out with us. He was like, "Where have you been? This is great. Give me pets." And now he's even gone into like full on, I want belly rubs. Like you start petting him and like a dog, he rolls over and it's like belly.
The best cats are often dog-like. They are loyal. They want, they come when called. The best dogs are cat-like. Yeah. They're low maintenance. They're chill. They're not erratic and barking at the. So you want animals that have the traits of each other. I think it really depends on where you are in your life. A dog is a huge burden of responsibility, but actually for where I am in my life right now, it really has been helpful. I have chronic pain.
Right.
Having a dog has forced me to be more active and to go on walks and to just have to take on more responsibility in my relationship. I think it has been a good thing for me. But
Probably like helped you get engaged, right? Like that kind of like takes you
Sealed
to the
the-
next
locked us
level,
in.
It's like, well, it's like you're like, okay, I really like this person.
You co-own a
but
dog.
like I want to make sure that we're compatible
could I
in
see
the
a
like
family with her?
caring for another being.
yeah, I mean, Bowie was like, well, shit, dude, got to lock that dog down. Guess I need the woman to. But with a cat, I think cats are cats, you can just they're like little loaves of bread that you can force to do whatever you want. So like dogs have their own opinions and wants. Bowie sometimes is like, get the fuck away from me. I want to go lay down over there. And I'm like, no, I want to cuddle you. And he's like, no, leave me alone. Whereas a cat, just pick him up, flop him, and just play with him. And then he runs away and pick him up, flop him, cuddle with him
I thought
again.
that was the stereotype with cats, where
Well-
sometimes they just want to be left alone.
Good cats, bad. Yeah.
They do,
I
but
mean,
you can
they do.
overpower them.
You can do-
But they can.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. A bad cat is just hides from you all day, like doesn't
They're
want to
out
be
there.
pet, and they suck. And like the worst is like what I was so happy with Alfred is that when guests came over, he was just like, "Hey, what's up? How's it going?"
You need
'Cause-
to earn a cat's respect.
But I love that. Like I don't like when you go to a place and there's like a cat or an animal, and the animal doesn't want to say hello. It like doesn't want. It was like afraid of you. Like that's no fun.
And
And
they're
cats
also
are very notoriously that way.
they're both so funny.
Oh yeah,
Dogs, cats, so funny.
they do funny stuff.
So funny.
They're idiots. Alfred, God love him, wants to hump everything in the middle of the night. Hilarious. And he also sleeps on our bed, which means he's humping some part of the bed at night. Hilarious.
Here's
What
the
a
other thing, though.
goofball.
I'm going away. I'm taking like a little retreat for a couple weeks and figuring out what to do with Bowie. It's a several $1,000 investment. Like every
That's
time I go
crazy.
away somewhere, it is just such,
You got to get dog sitting friends.
Yeah.
We send Bean to my sister's. It's great.
Yeah. well, when
Sometimes
you
we
have
just
a
send
little-
Bean to my sister's when he's getting too annoying. We're
Get
like,
that, you
Bean,
got babies.
you're gonna be going to my sister's. Yeah, it's true. Once the baby came, he just immediately he went from being our baby to being our dog.
to being a guy you let stay at your house.
Dude on the couch.
I mean, it's still part of the family, but lower. He went from S tier to like B tier.
Eugene,
I think I'm notoriously known as being a very pro dog person.
Yeah.
So I've often in videos like said shit about cats, but I'm actually like probably the most pro animal person.
Yeah.
Every morning I wake up and I tell Matt I want a cat or I want a rabbit or I want two other dogs. And what's funny is
A cat would be crazed at your house with those
I
dogs.
want a cat. I want a cat really bad.
Yeah.
And the problem is I'm allergic to cats.
Yeah.
But I had the opposite thing where I didn't hate it because I was allergic. I became more interested in cats because I was allergic.
yeah, you want what you can't have.
So whenever I went to people's houses, so my whole thing was I would actually follow neighborhood cats and try to like play with them. And whenever I go to someone's house who has a cat, I
so fun.
ignore the rest of the party and eventually I just find the cat.
Yeah, 'cause
and
when
when
you
the
win a
cat
cat
ignores
over,
me, all I want to do is impress it. And that weirdly I think fits my personality type really well. Like sometimes my dogs are really fucking annoying.
anyone
They
can
follow
win
me.
over a dog.
Kimbop,
Easy.
Kimbop follows me into the bathroom to watch me take a shit.
Yeah.
And sometimes I look at him, I'm like, do you have nothing better to do?
He doesn't. He
But I
has
love
nothing
him like
better
a
to do.
child. And I'm just like, you know what would be great? Having more animal children that can then play off each other. For me, it's more, you should just have more pets of different types so they can bounce personality types off each other.
But I feel like Keith growing up, there's a limit, right? You had like a wild, like so many dogs household.
So and the problem with that was that I was born into someone else's choices of how many pets we would have. And so but I had to do the chores for animals that I didn't choose, right? So I had to feed 3 outside dogs, 2 inside dogs, and 100,000 outside cats every day, and make sure they all had water, and go and take them on walks.
Would that be your dream, Eugene?
It was awful.
Well, I don't have the space for it. But
But
I
if you
think
have
that I
the
have enough space for a 4th dog and or cat. I mean, once you have 3, guys, I have 3 dogs.
Tell me how you think you could bring a cat into that household of tornado dogs.
Well, they're really not that.
Only
Actually,
Kimbop.
to be fair, I think I have the most calm dogs out of everyone here. They actually sit when
Yeah,
you
that's
come
true. When
any
they-
house you
after
walk
they're-
in.
they bark
when they chill
the
out.
least.
Yeah, they don't bark. I mean, Kimbop starts barking, but that's
Bowie
because
and Bean
our
like
windows
can do more tricks.
Yeah,
and shit,
all of your
But they don't
dogs,
fight, they chill.
After hour 1, chill out.
But generally, my dogs are pretty. Actually, they're pretty sedentary. Unfortunately, I want them to actually be more active, but that's why I want a huge dog.
You want trade.
I want like a mile-sized dog. Yeah, but both we haven't tested Kimbop yet, but both Pesto and Emma go to 2 different friends' houses with cats, and they get along with the cat. So it really depends on the cat.
Yeah, it
So-
would depend on the cat.
Yeah. So for this cat, if I got a cat, they'd have to like the dogs, and I think that's actually maybe a bigger hurdle for me than the dogs liking the cat. And Kimbop's gonna like anyone he gets near. So it's gonna come down to the cat, and I think that's the biggest challenge. Less my dogs, more if this cat.
You should get
is
a cat
okay
like
with
Alfred
dogs.
who's bigger than all your dogs.
Yeah, I don't want a big old
Get a
cat.
Maine
Alfred-
Coon.
Oh,
Man.
fat cat,
Fat
tiny
cat.
dogs.
Oh.
That'd
Alfred-
be so cute.
It's a good cartoon
That's
name.
a good cartoon.
Huge. We were gone for a
a big
week.
cat.
And we had friends come and feed him, and I don't know what happened. It
They
looks
just
like
feed him
he
ham
looks
shanks.
pregnant. He's so fucking
What if
big.
it's actually Alfreda?
He's not. I've seen his dick. It's not. He's not a lady. He's not gonna have babies. But I want to. But we have a stray cat that's been hanging out outside recently, and last night we tried to see if the cat would be a friend.
Are you sure it's a stray cat? It's not a neighbor's cat.
Well, we're not sure. No, it's got no collar, but it was very afraid of us, which tells me it is a
Yeah.
feral stray cat. But we gave it a little tiny bit of food and water, just a little bit, because it was sleeping outside. Which
By the way,
is
for
so
the people out
cute.
there, don't leave milk out for the cats. You think that's the thing in movies. Cats don't drink milk.
No, they will, but they shouldn't.
They shouldn't.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was I remember
won't.
when I was a kid. That was like in cartoons. Like leave out a little milk for the cat for the
Yeah.
stray cats. Don't do that. Bad for them.
Yeah, we just put a little cat food and water out there. It had a little snack.
Oat
and then
milk, though?
We tried to say hello.
Oat milk's
and
okay?
It darted away, but the cat's around. And we're gonna try to court the cat if we can. It's a beautiful cat.
Man, it sounds like the debater verdict is get a cat-like dog or a dog-like cat, and
Yeah.
you're set.
Do you guys ever get weirded out if your dog watches you have sex? We had Laura DIY.
You're making me imagine you have sex a lot. in
I'm
this
sorry.
episode.
Well, it's just we just had Laura DIY on baby steps, and it was the sex episode where we talked about like sex before kids versus after kids. Really learned a lot about Laura DIY sex life. Anyways, one thing that came up was
Fun.
like dogs watching you. Is that like?
Yeah, I don't like it.
Is that weird to you guys?
I don't like it. I make sure the dogs are in their crates or in a different room.
Because like if they get up on the bed with you,
Also, they're watching you. Dogs and cats. I mean, depending on your pet, but in general, they watch what you do. So they're not like ignoring you. They probably think you're just playing around or something. But I think at some point, a certain smart animal will get that some hanky panky's going on.
and they leave you alone.
Out of respect for my partner, I definitely have no hilarious stories.
Yeah,
to
no,
tell.
no need to share. This has been a great episode. Let's kick it on over to Miles for advice that'll go for miles with Miles Bonsignore.
If you need some advice, look no further than advice that'll go for miles. Don't have to think twice, it's time for a segment of advice that'll go for miles. If you need a new way to spice up your life or need a shitty product review, keep the youngest and least experienced, it's advice that'll go for miles. With your host, Miles Bonsignore.
Yeah, I love that.
Big ol' ass shout out to @ToothOnAString. Thanks for the freaking song. Have you ever wanted to be a steamy little bun?
Better not be about.
Yeah, but
bath.
this is
Don't-
bad
Don't
stuff.
go to
I'm out.
bad
It
stuff
can't
again.
be Bath.
It ain't gonna be bath. But have you ever wanted to have a dumpling that is restaurant quality and prepped for dumping?
Should we get dumplings for lunch?
Absolutely. we should.
To a bath house.
Panda alert!
No, Miles.
Who's a panda that has big wings and ears and claws and toes?
Kung Fu Panda?
Panda Express?
Instant Pot can suck my dick. Microwaves can slong my long. But a bamboo steamer
Oh, fuck.
can fuck me all night long.
Oh my God.
Use a bamboo steamer to cook your frozen dumpies. I've been using a bamboo steamer that the house owner left in a cabinet at my home. We found it recently and we've been using it, and it is so much fucking better than just like a metal steamer.
Where was it?
It was in a cabinet above the stove. I think I knew it was there, but I was like, I'm never going to use that.
Okay.
And then I pulled it out and I thought, uh-oh, now we're authentic.
Mm-hmm.
Using a sort of Din Tai Fung of myself to use my frozen dumplings, and it makes them taste better. And then you get the woo, you know, you pull the dumpling thing off and it goes, and it feels like a crowd cheering, and you freaking dunk that shit in ranch and put it in your mouth.
Wait, ranch?
I'm sorry.
No, I'm just kidding.
Back it up.
No, and soy sauce are your favorite sauce.
Chili oil,
Ponyu.
black vinegar,
Mm-hmm.
oyster sauce.
Ponyu is
Ponyo.
Ponyu is a movie. But yeah, the bamboo steamer is the most efficient way to cook steamed shit.
That's pretty good advice, Miles.
Damn right,
this was
dude.
This was a good one.
I know. Yeah. Do you guys have bamboo steamers?
Yeah.
That's good.
No, I have a steamer top to the pan, and I will cut parchment paper into a circle, cut holes in it, and cook it that way, and it works really, really well. But I don't have a bamboo steamer.
Here's what I'll say about the parchment paper of it all.
Yeah.
Oil that shit up like you're lubing up your body to go down a slide.
Really?
And it's going to be better than the parchment paper, because the parchment paper you have to poke holes in because the steam sometimes won't go into the freaking bamboo steamer part.
Right.
Eugene, back me up.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I just poked the holes in it so I don't have to clean the dumpling that do get stuck on the pan off, because it's really it's gunky and tough.
Little gunk.
I do love dumplings.
The white people, when did you start when did you first have the,
Where are you
it's my
buying
brain's not
dumplings?
working. Where did you first have Asian dumplings, white people?
What do you mean Asian dumpling? Like
White
probably at a
people?
restaurant.
Was it like restaurants, or did your parents like buy frozen ones and make them at home?
Oh, you know, we used to
Restaurants.
have,
Okay.
Yeah,
That's so
probably
interesting.
restaurant. We actually had pot stickers from Costco growing up. I remember that was a big thing.
Wow.
So maybe that was like probably my introduction to dumpling 101.
I think there are some Trader Joe's dumplings that are pretty good that we'd have a lot in Chicago.
Yeah.
But yeah, restaurants, I think.
Here's a fucking bonus tip.
Here we go.
soup dumplings from Trader. Obviously, go to the Korean market if you can. It's way better.
Yeah.
But if in a pinch, if you're at Trader Joe's, they have dumplings that come in a little microwavable tray that are soup dumplings that you're like, put in your microwave for 3 minutes and it becomes a soup dumpling. Take the shit out, put it in a bamboo steamer.
Yeah.
It's a soup dumpling and it's great.
As an adult, one thing that changes when you're an adult is all of those frozen dinners are no longer microwave. That's all oven.
Yeah.
And it's such a better experience. And you're like, yeah.
When's the last time you guys dove into a Hungry Man?
Oh, shit.
Well, again, I used to fuck those up in
I used to eat
college.
those, and I started baking them after college,
That was
and
our-
I was a champion.
That was our special treat. That was like, oh, dude, we're dropping
dinner.
like
It's a
they were
pound of
six-
food.
They were like $6 maybe. They were like a little pricier than a normal
Really?
microwave dinner. And in college, me and my buddies would be like, yo, guys, how's your bank account looking? You guys want to fucking go Hungry Man?
We would do a Hungry
Hungry
Man.
Man?
dinners,
Nah,
yeah.
I was Hot Pockets
Uh-huh.
and Top Ramen.
Oh, yeah.
Well, of course.
In the
I'm talking
cup. Cup
that's
of
the
ramen.
standard.
But that was high school for me.
Oh, college, I was just
College,
like
I
downing
was
the Hot
frozen
Pockets.
pizza.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
me, it's all frozen
Yeah.
pizza.
Oh, guys, of course. I'm not
In
trying
the
to sound like a
microwave?
bougie
Well,
Hungry Man.
I'm just
over
saying,
here.
Oh, you had an
I didn't
oven.
really do
Oh, I was talking about, like,
Hungry Man's,
dorm.
only
In
frozen pizza.
Dorms, yes, I did Hot Pockets.
Yeah.
Red
But once you had
Baron,
an apartment.
the Red Baron singles pizzas.
Easy Mac, that was my
Easy Mac was
Easy Mac,
everyone had.
100%.
Easy
Yeah.
Mac.
I would
That
fuck
wasn't
with
just my
Elio's, which is basically just a long sheet of cardboard with sauce on it. It was great.
Which one?
Cardboard.
Elio's. It was just a square rectangle pizza, but it was kind of the consistency of cardboard.
Like
You're really selling it.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Totino's pizzas
But
are
you
pretty shitty.
slather
Yo.
some sriracha, you're good to go.
What are the little pizza bites?
Bagel bites.
Totino,
bites.
Totino pizza
Totino's
rolls.
pizza rolls.
Pizza roll.
Oh,
Totino's pizza rolls.
Fuck yeah. You know what's funny? In
Yeah.
the Midwest,
Holy
in Chicago,
shit.
people grill those at parties. And
Whoa.
they're fucking good.
I bet.
Yeah, they're fucking good.
Those
Yeah,
are
of
superior
course.
to bagel bites.
You know what? You
Yes,
guys
agreed.
come over. I'll grill us some pizza rolls.
That sounds incredible.
Yeah.
I'll break my dairy abstinence for that.
Yeah.
There's
That's a good
absence.
ranking all
like
the
shitty
frozen
microwavable
foods, yeah.
frozen
Actually,
foods.
that's really good.
Yeah, I mean, there's a
Saving
certain
myself from cheese
taste
marriage.
of all that preservative and weird, like not real ingredients.
Mm-hmm.
It's just really nostalgic.
Yeah.
It's probably all the sodium that's killing you, but it
Chef Boyardee.
it feels great going down.
Chef Boyardee was
gross.
never my
No,
favorite.
Chef
It was
Boyardee's
gross.
gross.
It was always gross.
If you have
It's
hamburger
so
helper
fake,
recently,
it's
though,
real.
Hamburger Helper's delicious.
Hamburger helper's not bad.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
Well, thanks for listening to another perfect episode. Be sure to subscribe, rate 5 stars. Also, subscribe to Baby Steps. We had Lord DIY on the show. Very funny. And don't subscribe to You Can Sit With Us. Whatever you do, don't do it. TryGuys.com. Get the merch. We got a new movie coming out soon. Secrets almost out. Get ready for that. Until next time. Is it
Almost out. No,
what?
it's like 2 months
Yeah,
from now.
almost.
Okay, almost.
Almost
trailer premiere.
Almost
Yes.
you're gonna hear about.
Almost you're about to hear about it, but nothing else we shall say.
Don't say
No.
Keith, hit us with the official TryPod theme song.
Small or tall? Are you small or tall? Are you tall or small? Are you tall or small? Are you small or tall? Are you tall or small? Which one are you? Tell us in the comments below. It's a tripod.
Until next time, stay beautiful.